All right, we're in round three. We don't have a black source, which definitely makes this hand awkward. In fact, we only have a green and red source, which kind of sucks, but I'm still going to keep it because we got two morph. I assume me and my opponent are both very hungry for a win here, since we're both coming off a couple losses. So hopefully I can get one for pride. That's all I can hope for. All right, so we're still on the hunt for both black and white. Man. Oh, man. Our mana base is bad. All right, it's got a... Oh, there's our black source. That's not bad. Let's despise now. At least we can do something here. Let's see what we hit. Hopefully get something. At least know what's coming. All right, mandrills. Well, we can let them have a Kintry Warden, so let's just write down Savage Punch and Teamer Charm. Let's take the mandrills, because if we ditch the Warden, he can more easily play the mandrills, whereas Kintry Warden doesn't mean anything. So let's ditch the mandrills. Pass the turn. He doesn't even have resources for the Kintry Warden, although he can play it morphed. Now he can play it morphed, but I'd still rather ditch the mandrills. The mandrills are an actual threat at some point. I can deal with a Grey Ogre, I think, a little more easily. Like, I can drop my Sidisi's pet here. He didn't even play his morphed Kintry Warden, which I don't know if I understand why exactly. That's pretty strange. Let's drop the pet first. Because I'm willing to trade a pet. I think I actually take this. My pet can get lifelink, so I'm actually cracking back for more than he can deal to me. Guess we drop this. Let's get in for 2. He doesn't have Teamer Charm mana yet, but at some point he can get that. Let's just drop an Archer. I could leave up the Dragon Scale Boon, which would probably be fine, but I think at this point we can just try and race. Could have also left my pet back, blocked, and then unmorphed. That would have actually worked pretty well. I just feel like I can race right now. Does have Teamer Charm and Savage Punch, though. Still off his green source. All right. Well, guess at this point we get in. And pass. No attacks. Very interesting, actually. Let's pay our 5 rather than our 2. Well, we can play the Scavenger, so I guess that works. All right, we'll unmorph. Drop a guide morphed. Finally found his green source, so now he has access to Savage Punch and Teamer Charm. Kintry Warden, which he could have played the entire time morphed. Still confused about that. I don't see any reason. In fact, I see no reason why he wouldn't do that. Alright, I imagine that's a Kin Warden. This is a bit awkward. Let's, it's got Savage Punch Man. Let's just get in there. I could just get in with these two and then Dragon Scale Boon my pet, but it's alright. Taking it all. Well, in that case, we'll just deal our damage. Maybe he wants to force away. Follow up with a Scavenger then. Alright. Not an issue. Very odd that he didn't block the morph on our pet. Banner gives us our white source, but we're still unfortunately short of, yeah, well, guess we just Rite of the Serpent and bash in. And I guess we offer the trade. Our morph, our guide for his Kin Warden. Not thrilled about it, but trading off and getting in for 6 damage seems worth it at this point in the game. This has been an ugly game. Yeah, that was an ugly game. Our opponent was screwed that whole time, and yet it took us that long to find. Yeah, our mana base is absolutely atrocious. I mean, our opponent was like basically not doing anything that entire time, and it still took us a long time to beat him down. So this deck's playing a lot worse than it looked like it was going to play. Like I envisioned having some mana issues, but I did not envision having this many mana issues. Alright, well, this hand legitimately has all 4 colors. Let me make sure I didn't say that too early. Yes, we have all 4 colors. Only one green source, which is funny because we have all this fixing and yet we still can't play incremental growth based on this hand, but that's okay. Let's open with the Windscarred Crag, or the... No, I think we open with the Bloodfell Cave, so we have more actual black spells. Well, there's our second green source, so that's good. I think we're probably going to end up throwing the banner away, but maybe not. Sidisi's Pet. Alright. Never thrilled about a deck that has Sidisi's Pet in it, but to be honest, this is actually a good... well, this deck's not good, but this is a good deck for Sidisi's Pet, because we have all this, like, Dragon Scale Boon, Incremental Growth, Armament Core stuff going on. So it actually is a good deck for Sidisi's Pet. Nobody ever expects the 2-mana morph either. Alright. Guess we get our 4th resource out there, or 4th color rather. Drop our pet and then pass. So next turn we can drop Banner plus a tapped land maybe. Alright, Mystic's a pretty good clock. We're going to have to deal with that at some point. We do have answers in our deck, but we're going to have to find them. Well, Helm Smash is a pretty good one. Alright, let's... Could actually play Banner plus land, attack, and then unmorph. That actually slows the Mystic too. But no, that actually works fine. And I still have all the resources I need to play this, right? White, black. So I play black, black, red, white, green, whatever Banner needs. All right. Sounds good to me. Let's do Banner. Swing with our pet. And we'll unmorph. Because at this point, I'd rather have the lifelink. Especially with the incremental growth. Alright, so next turn we get a Helm Smasher online, which is kind of good. He's got the regeneration, but he's going to have to leave the mana. He's going to have to leave the mana up, and then we can incremental growth, I guess, if we have to. Guess I can't swing with the pet because of the Grizzly. Or at least not for another turn yet, but if I can get a incremental growth for maximum value on it, it'll be good. Alright, well, next turn I can take care of the Mystic. So that's good. Let's get Mr. Zergo down there. Oops, always forget. Must attack. Then we'll play, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, no, it does actually matter. We need to play as Highlands for our second green source. That way, next turn we can do incremental growth. Or we can Rite of the Serpent. Whatever we're feeling. But I'm thinking 1 counter here, 2 counters here, 3 counters on the pet. Sounds good. The lifelink negating the... Is he going to forget to regenerate? And he did. Forgot to regenerate. Still in fine shape. Oh, so he didn't want to regen. All right. All right. Well, still on the hunt. I think we're going to have to Rite of the Serpent his Mystic. The issue being, I don't know what that morph is. And the morph being an unknown is a problem. So I guess if I get a creature, I'd rather play the creature so I can incremental growth my team. Although I guess I could. That's pretty elaborate, but I was thinking single pump one of his guys to basically Rite of the Serpent for value the following turn, but that seems a bit greedy. All right, Kintria Invocation is actually a pretty phenomenal draw. Don't have the resources to do incremental plus Kintry or Kintry plus Rite of the Serpent. So I think we just do kin tree. Well, let me think about this. Do I want to ditch the banner first? Can I do that? Green, red, black. Yeah, I can. I don't need it anymore. Still have double black, still have double green. All right, so we're going to ditch this first. Black, red. No, I guess I can't, can I? I need a green and a black. Oh, wait, I can. Okay, let's do this then. So we're going to ditch that, get our land, or get our card rather. Did get a land. But we're going to drop a Windscarred Crag, gain a life, drop the kin tree, and then pass. Taking another hit from Mystic. I could have Rite of the Serpented there, but I'd rather set up for incremental growth still, because I feel like that's a easy way back into this game. Alright, well, it's pretty bad. Guess we're on the Rite of the Serpent plan now. Not much else to do here. Well, plans change again. Let's see, if I double pump this, it becomes 3/6. So we could double block and kill it, and I could only kill one. I don't like that as much. I think we just... Well, it does set up nicely. Well, that's tough. That is tough. Kill his morph, plus gain 3 life. I think I'm just going to play this. See if he trades. I'm willing to, I think, eat his morph rather than his Alpine Grizzly. I think. Because I've got the incremental growth. Could have waited here, but my spells are so expensive. Alright, we'll get the morph. I think I'm just less worried about the Grizzly than the morph because the Grizzly, even though it gives him ferocious, can't. I mean, it could be a crappy morph too, but we'll find out. Alright, so I got rid of a relevant morph, gained 3 life. Seemed like it worked out alright. I mean, that thing was going to be a problem for both my Parapet and my Armament Core. So basically I gained 3 life, got rid of his good creature. Uh-oh. Well, there's a good card for my opponent. I might bust the incremental growth next turn. I have to remember to use Parapet at the end of his turn. But if I use incremental growth, what do I want to do? Maybe I want to do 1 Grizzly, 2 Parapet, 3 Armament Core, because then the Grizzly still can't attack into my Parapet, and I don't have to take the extra damage from the Mystic. I am tempted to save the incremental growth because I feel like I might need the Rite of the Serpent for the fatty that he just got off of that dig through time. If he got a fatty off that dig through time, kind of feel like he did. Well, Abzan Guide is similarly a good draw. So it's just short of all the resources I want. It's very frustrating. I keep being short of the resources because, yeah, that's rough. I don't want to make this trade. I don't want to incremental growth now because then I can't play guide. I don't want to morph guide because then I have to pay the 5 next turn to unmorph it when I attack. I don't want to hard cast it because then I can't use this ability. I'm like non-stop a resource short of doing what I want to do. I'm going to play the guide hard cast so I can incremental growth next turn. Basically, I'm resorting to setting up for... I'm like constantly a turn behind. I'm a turn behind constantly what I want to do. At least if he has another Savage Punch, which is a very real possibility. It's not just over yet. At least makes a trade, and I would gain life, so yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Let's see what he's got. Alright, Mandrills is like the least impressive thing for him to drop, so that is absolutely okay. Yeah, we're going to be in very good shape after this turn. Even if he has an answer for Abzan Guide after I do my ridiculous turn, it's already, the damage is going to be done, so I'm happy with that. He is going to have to block too, which is also good. So we go 1, 2, 3. And he's forced to block here too because it's lethal damage. So he has to do, I assume, a double block on Abzan Guide to take it out, which is still very good for us. Yeah. So we're going to gain 7, kill 2 guys, get in for 6. And we can still parapet him. And we have Rite of the Serpent for another fatty. And he has to find something to do about this armament core. Out of bring low range, so I guess that's good news. Another Mandrills. All right. Think we've got our opponent here. Well, if he attacks with a Mystic, we for sure have it, but I guess it makes more sense that he leave it back for double blocks. So we just Rite of the Serpent and not allow him to do that. Guess we kill the Mandrills. The reason I'm not killing the unblockable guy is if he has the boon or whatever it's called. If he has boon, we have it in our deck. Whatever the 2 counters would be, he could make a trade. It would still be a 2-for-1, but he'd get to keep. Well, he wouldn't get to keep his guy, but this actually prevents him from. Oh, so I should have played my land to play around the Teamer Charm. Well, Yeah, he got me there. So I only get a 2-for-1 on him. I could have not attacked, but then he could crack in with the Mystic. So yeah, I should have played my land. I wasn't even thinking about Temur Charm. I'm still 1 mana short. That time I wasn't 1 mana short though. I just Is your last card relevant too? That'd be surprising. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Well, just gonna parapet him out, huh? Ditches a Warname Aspirant, which actually can get by our Archer's parapets, which is kind of funny. Oh, I actually could have killed him. I didn't even think about it. I could have killed him before he played that land. I could have used the ability. I could have killed him on my turn. I didn't even think about it. It's probably not even worth using it. All right. Well, we got one win. not not a very good performance, and it turned out to be a pretty lousy deck. But I guess lesson learned there. What were the lessons I learned? If you're playing 4-color, make sure your mana base is a lot better. Don't get so weird with the color intensive spells when your base spells are green black. I don't know. Had some issues. Definitely had some major issues with this deck throughout the draft, but hopefully the performances will be better in the next few. And hope you enjoyed it anyway. We'll see you for the next one.